Hi, I'm Sam.
And I'm Annie. And welcome to Game Chat on
Large Plays.
Ooh!
So we're going to be changing the format of this slightly. Obviously, we haven't started talking about games yet.
Not yet.
And the reason for that is because we actually haven't played a single game since we recorded
Yes.
the last game chat.
Which is very unusual for us because we normally
We usually play a game every day,
every day.
if not twice a day.
Yes. And yeah.
And we've had game nights,
Yes.
although game night last night had no games.
No, we have music.
We did have
And
music.
Conversations and talking.
Yeah.
Because socialising.
We've actually been busy.
Yeah,
For
I
once.
know.
For
We
once.
have been busy.
We haven't quite been on holiday,
No.
but kind of.
Yeah.
Holiday from home. Multiple
Yeah.
holidays from home.
Yeah, well, you were really busy over the
I've been really busy.
really busy.
I went to a music festival.
He did.
It was great.
It's so close to home, you didn't even have to camp.
No, it was literally just up the road.
So you came back every night to
I
sleep.
came back every night. We went up after lunch, so it was relatively cheap as well.
Yep.
Kind of belies the melancholy nature of the song, I'm afraid.
We took Dexter. Well, he took Dexter, our 10-year-old, because I didn't go because I can't do festivals anymore.
And it was just full of my favourite music by some of my favourite bands.
Yes. And he took videos for me.
I did.
The humans delivered their ultimate cup of coffee.
I really wish I was there.
And before that, I took our kids to a lake and we went kayaking.
Yeah.
So we got a bit soaked.
Or maybe while you went kayaking
And
on
sunburnt.
the water. Oh, yeah, I know. I saw that you got a bit sunburnt.
And then what did we do before that?
We went to the zoo.
We went to a zoo.
We went to the zoo. It was fun. It was very, very hard.
It was a 2-hour drive away.
Yeah, because we were like, we're gonna go to the zoo.
Make it a good one.
Make it a good one. Although, because he had to push me in my wheelchair because I have mobility problems. Yeah, everything. And it was really hard on some parts of it. It was very steep.
We did see lots of animals though.
We did. What is a zoo? What do you expect?
So on that note, the 3 games we're going to be talking about today,
Yes, are Ark Nova.
which is the zoo game.
Yeah.
So it ties in nicely, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Dead Reckoning, which we
Yes.
unboxed last week.
Yes.
I mean, we unboxed it like a month ago. You
saw
saw
it
it last
last
week.
Yeah.
And you were very tired when we did that, which is why it's probably not going to be our best unboxing.
Sorry about that. I was not. I had a flare up, so I wasn't very good. So very, very sorry you didn't get Happy Mouse.
But we were desperate to open it anyway,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
regardless. So,
Yeah, because we were like, yeah, beaver.
Mm.
That's all good.
And then the last game we're going to talk about is currently my favourite game of all time.
Can you guess? Can you guess what it is?
You won't guess what it is because it's another game that no one talks about, which is hilarious.
What?
But it's done by one of my favourite
Yes.
game studios as well, which is IV Studios.
Can you guess now? They're not gonna guess.
They're not going to guess. No, it's Veiled Fate.
So
Veiled Fate
good.
is currently my favourite game of all time, and we're going to be talking about that a little bit later.
Yeah, slowly risen up.
Talking
the
of talking about things a little bit later, I'm time stamping.
Yes. Rather than saying at the end of the video.
Yeah, I'm
that you
saying
can
at the
check
beginning
the time stamps out.
Yeah, I've got it all time stamped. It's probably gonna be a bit silly, but it should still sort of make sense. I mean, that's just us.
They're
really. A
watching-
bit silly, but hopefully makes sense.
They're watching us. They don't expect serious things.
Yeah.
You don't expect serious, do you? Because if you expect serious, then why are you watching this?
If you expect serious, then we need you
I
to...
killed Sirius Black! See?
Yeah, if you're expecting serious, then we are going to need you to like and subscribe so you can line up. And if you don't want us to be serious and you just want us to be ourselves, then if you could like and subscribe to carry it going, that would be great too.
Like and subscribe.
Because we're sellouts now. We've hit 39 subscribers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my... Actually, honestly, I never even expected to get that far. So I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah.
Even if we don't get another subscriber, I'm like, right, that's achievement unlocked.
Yeah.
Well, that's it now.
Is it going to be like bronze, silver, or gold achievement?
I mean, it would still be a bronze achievement because, I mean, I'd like to get to 100.
Mm-hmm.
Which is still really small fry in the land of YouTube, but it's more
like,
than I can ever hope for.
Yeah, and it's like, it's going up the ranks. It's like, you know, the next rung going up, kind of like, you know, everyone starts somewhere.
It's like we haven't quite hit 40. But we've almost hit 40! And that's amazing! Don't you think? I think so.
Everyone at home is like, I have 41.
Yeah, well, it's not a competition, is it? I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah, like what?
I don't know. What game are we talking about first?
We're talking about Ark Nova.
Okay, we'll see you in a minute then. We'll
Bye.
talk about some Ark Nova and some zoo animals. We'll probably talk more about our zoo expedition during it as well.
Yes, because that was fun.
So, what is Ark Nova?
Ark Nova is a game.
It's a zoo game.
It's a zoo game.
We might have mentioned that.
It's a zoo game. It's got some deck building aspects. Some you can pick up cards from the row.
I mean, in that regards, maybe. It has a market of cards in the middle, yeah.
You know what? I'm just like, I always get it wrong about what type of games things are. So what type of game is it?
Well, I mean, literally before we started recording, you did ask me, well, it's got this and this and this, isn't it? And I was like, eh? No, it doesn't. And you're like, yeah, you got the bits that you do this with. And I was like, oh yeah, you do, don't you? So you're not always wrong.
Just the majority of the time. No, it's because if a game has got some parts of different mechanics or aspects, I'm like,
which most modern games do these days.
But I'm like, how much of that mechanic does it have to have for it to be deemed?
Define it, yeah.
Does it have to be like the main element? Or can it just be if it has part of it, is it still defined as?
Okay, what's the main element of Ark Nova in your opinion?
In my opinion. I was going to say fruit salad, but it's not. Not fruit salad. What do you call it?
What?
Like, because you score based on different kind of...
Oh, a point salad.
Oh, what did I say?
Fruit salad. It's a zoo game, not a cooking game. She's gone. We've lost her. We're not even 10 minutes in.
I meant a fruit salad game, okay?
A point salad.
Point
game.
salad.
Oh.
A point.
It's not a point salad game though.
Oh, after all that.
Yeah, after all that, it's not like you tally up. Well, you kind of do, but not in a way that a point salad type of game does. Because you've got the crisscrossing scoring things, and the game only ends once your score markers cross, don't they?
What mechanics?
So you're scoring points throughout the game constantly, whereas a point salad game, no one scores any points till the end. And you go, well, I got 5 from this, I got 10 from that, I got 20 from this, I got 15 from that, I got 7 from that.
Okay.
So that's a point salad game.
Okay, but what mechanic would you call the crisscross over thing?
I don't know, what do you call it?
Crisscross mechanic.
It's from Rajas of the Ganges, I think? I've never played it. It's also in Ark
Which we're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, because, like, the main part, I guess, is just, I mean, would you say, it's not really a tableau building game.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's a tableau builder.
Ark Nova is a tableau builder. Yeah, but I wasn't sure.
It's in the same realm as like Everdell and Wingspan and Terraforming Mars and Earth.
Yeah, the only reason I said about the tableau thing, right, was because with like Earth and is it Earth? Yeah, with Earth and Everdell, you have a set number that you can
Wingspan,
have. And Wingspan,
yeah.
you have a set number you can have. And obviously you don't have that in Ark Nova.
No,
so I
but
wasn't sure.
It's like, yeah, it's more of a tableau builder like Terraforming Mars than it is like Everdell. But you're still laying out cards in front of you, which
Can trigger each other.
can trigger off each other because they've got different iconography and abilities and synergies and yeah. So it is a tableau builder. It's got a massive deck of cards like those other games as well.
Yeah, it's got so many cards.
But
I love it when you have to shuffle them. I can't shuffle.
She loves it when she has to watch me shuffle them because she won't help.
Oh my gosh, right? Every single game that has cards in it, when he has to shuffle, he always drops one or two.
Every time.
Every time. In fact, it is so rare that it doesn't happen that when it doesn't happen, I think something's wrong with him.
It could be a 200 card deck. It could be
Yeah,
a 10 card
card.
deck.
Yeah. It's
I was
funny.
making sure I was very carefully saying deck
Oh,
and not other words.
not Richard.
No Richards here.
No Richards here.
And if you're expecting a funny edit, I'm not doing that because
We're not that type of channel.
no.
No. No. No, 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 no.
Ark Nova.
Ark Nova. I love Ark Nova.
What is it you like so much about Ark Nova?
Monkeys.
The monkeys. We there's a little story to tell about their monkeys.
Yeah, there is. Go on.
So we've been married for 12 years, nearly 13.
Yep.
So we've known each other a while.
Just a while.
Ark Nova came out end of 2021. So that was a little under 2 years ago.
Maths.
Yeah, so we'd already, we've known each other a long time before Ark Nova came along.
Yeah.
And we played it a lot. When we
lot.
first got it, we played it and we played it again and we played it again.
Played again, Sam.
And every single time, Annie went for a monkey strat. If there was a primate symbol on the card, she'd play it. Every time.
Yep.
She'd find more of them. And I was like, why do you always go for monkeys? And she was like, I love monkeys. And I was like, do you? And she was like, yeah, that's so cute. I love them all. And I was like, you've never once mentioned how much you like monkeys, but apparently they're your favourite zoo animal.
Well, and
Not-
meerkats.
Not mice, not cats, usual animals I've attributed to your taste. No, monkeys.
So
Monkeys.
So from playing Ark Nova, he discovered something new about me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that's a
monkeys.
glowing endorsement for a game, isn't it? Discover new things about your partner.
I love
Even though
monkeys,
you've known
though.
each other for years.
Seriously, I still can't believe you didn't know that.
I didn't know, you've never even hinted at how much you like monkeys.
Well, it's because they're my favourite zoo animal. They're not my favourite animal. Meerkats and cats are my favourite animal. But my favourite zoo animal is monkeys.
Not mice? Where do mice come into this?
Oh, mice are like, right up there.
Oh yeah, mice are like right up in like the, top 20 somewhere.
No. Okay, right. For everyone who doesn't know, my nickname is Mouse.
I mean, the head of our logo is a mouse because of her. And the tentacles of an octopus for me, because I love octopuses, octopodes, octopi.
Octopi.
I don't even know what the plural is
Cute
of
octopus eating pie.
So that's where our logo comes from.
Yeah. But you didn't know I like monkeys.
I thought it was our two favourite animals, but apparently not.
Oh my gosh, just because monkeys are my favourite zoo animal does not mean that they're my favourite animal in...
You just said there was cats,
No, I said...
which is still not mice.
I said meerkats, cats
Which is still not mice.
Mice, rats, tamarins.
Although tamarins are adorable.
No, they're so cute. I can't handle the cute. Sorry.
We saw some tamarins at the zoo as well.
My photos didn't come up very good of tamarins, so.
I got a good photo. Here it is. Anyway,
Anyway,
Ark Nova.
Ark Nova. Ark Nova tends to be on the BGG hotness. Well, not
It's
hotness.
a pretty popular game.
Yeah. But like, no, seriously, I absolutely love it because it's just got all my favourite things. Monkeys. Being able to put cards in your deck.
You don't have a deck in Ark Nova.
Deck.
Take cards from a deck.
From a deck.
And put into a tableau.
Alright, okay, I'm just tired.
What do you even do in Ark Nova? Because I feel like there's a very pivotal part of Ark Nova we haven't even mentioned yet.
There is. You build.
What do you do on your turn? What's the first thing you do on your turn?
You choose which of your actions you're going to do on your cards.
Yeah, there's action cards. And
Oh yeah.
So there's like a row of 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the further along they are in that row, the more powerful the action you can take. And once you take that action, it goes all the way back to the 1 spot and moves all the others up. So that you are constantly cycling through them and they get more powerful as they go. Unless you don't really need a powerful one, in which case you're boosting up lower ones to half a degree or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's certain, there's like, on your player board, you have like a map with hexes. And which is where you put enclosures and stuff like that. And when you cover one of the hexes, sometimes you get little bonuses. And one of them can be to upgrade one of your cards. So you flip
there's
it.
a number of ways of upgrading your cards to make them even more powerful.
Yeah, which is good because...
Action cards.
Action cards.
I just want to specify in a game full of cards, the very specific little subset of action cards, yeah.
Yes, touche. Yes, you can upgrade them, which makes them better. There's a lot of cards which play off each other.
You got the sponsorship cards, haven't you, which aren't animals, but they're like research things that help boost you with other things.
Yeah.
Nice and descriptive of me there. Things with other things that do things.
And they started.
And you can get like partnerships with other zoos around the world. And then, some of the cards have requirements on to play them. So like you have to have like a partnership, or you have to have like research icons or something. Yeah, it's a very good game.
It is so good.
But I think my favourite part is the scoring. Because you've got these two tracks around the board and they go in opposite directions, so they eventually meet and cross each other, and that's the end of the game. So it turns it into a bit of a race.
Yeah, it is a bit of a tortoise and hare.
Especially seeing as one of the point sources is actually quite hard to get.
Yes, very hard to get.
But
it's fun trying.
But it's interesting as well, because it's harder to get, you have to get less of them, because... So like you got your... I don't even know what they call it, like entertainment? The ticket track. So that's 1 to 100 or something.
Yeah.
But then you got the conservation track, which each space is like can be like up to 5 ticket spaces. So depending on where you are on the track, your conservation points are worth more ticket points than your ticket thing. It's a really weird way of describing it, but they go in opposite directions. There'll be B-roll here to show it off so that it makes more sense, because I'm terrible at describing things. Thank you. That's what I love about it.
Yeah. No, I think that's really cool. I mean, my favourite thing, can I be really superficial?
Is it the artwork?
It's not really artwork, it's photos though.
Yeah. So.
But yes, it is!
So yeah, I made a point about this with Earth last time, is that it's not really artwork. And in Ark Nova, again, it's not really artwork. Even though they have done like a really bad edit on them.
Have they? I haven't noticed.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I didn't have my glasses.
Yeah, I don't think you've seen the game with glasses.
Well, shucks. Maybe I'll see it and not like the monkey.
It's not a very good edit, but it's subtle enough that it doesn't bother me so much. And at least it's not as god-awful ugly as Terraforming Mars.
I was going to say that. I'm glad you did.
I mean, the graphic design is nicer generally anyway.
Yeah. But no, I mean,
But like with Earth, I appreciate that it's photos. It's like these are actual animals.
Not our representation.
This isn't an interpretation. Yeah, this isn't an interpretation of what these animals look like. That's what they actually look like, and so it helps with the immersion for me personally. If I'm looking at photos of actual real animals.
Yeah. No, I absolutely love it, and I just love the game in general.
You just love animals.
I do love animals. Not spiders, though.
Oh, spiders are the best. Have you got any criticisms of Ark Nova?
Sometimes the game can seem like it takes a long time.
Do you think so?
I said sometimes.
I always see people say that it's a really long game. But I think that says more about them and their taste in games than anything. Like, compared to other games we play, like the 2 hours Ark Nova takes is basically nothing.
I think possibly...
If that, like an hour and a half we often get it done in.
I think sometimes it's also how many people you play it with. Because
Yeah,
if it's
quite
just
possibly.
2 people.
We only do it at 2. We've done it 3 once or twice.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a 2-player game for us because it's just something nice for us to do together.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. I think I really don't have any other criticism. I mean, sometimes it feels like money can be a bit hard to come by.
But I think that's great because it means you can't just have everything.
Yeah, it means that you have to plan your turns and stuff. And I mean, one thing we haven't spoken about is how a turn ends.
How does a turn end?
When the break marker reaches.
Oh, like a round. Yeah. You got
round,
the break thing and
brain, not with it.
Yeah, it's not very. It doesn't occur to me that often, but that's how you get money and you recharge and reset things basically.
Yeah.
But it can be a bit of a tactical to and fro as you try and figure out when to trigger the break.
It's sometimes hard because sometimes you have to kind of be like, you have to think, okay. You have to look at your opponent's board and think, okay, how much money do they have? Are they going to need to break? Are they going to be the one who triggers the end of the round? Are they going to... And sometimes it's like you want to get there before they do because if you trigger it, you get a bonus token thing and stuff. And I just love it. I mean, I know that sounds really wishy-washy and stuff, but... I just genuinely absolutely love it. There isn't anything really.
Good game. I wouldn't say it's overhyped either. It is genuinely that good.
It is so good. Love it. Love it.
Ahar!
Ahoy, my horses! Oh, you got some scurvy there, have you? Oh, that's not good. Go over deck.
That's what we normally sound like in real life.
You do?
Well, no, you don't. I don't sound like that. I sound more like a farmer, I does.
You just I have to go around.
But we're not talking about dead farming.
No, we're talking...
That'd be a great zombie game though, wouldn't it? Dead farming.
Well, you got Plants versus Zombies.
That's where I was going with that.
Yeah. No, we're talking about Dead Reckoning.
Which is about pirates.
Pirates.
Ahar!
Ahar!
Done this bit. Let's go again.
Sailing the 7 seas. Yeah. Dead Reckoning is a my words have gone.
Yeah. It's sort of
Oh,
how do you describe Dead Reckoning?
Dead.
I mean, the closest thing I want to come to is Scythe, but that's a really bad comparison point.
Yeah, that's a really bad, yeah.
But you spread yourself out, you sail the 7 seas, you explore. It's almost it's got like a 4X kind of thing, but it's not a 4X. It's you go out into the seas and find islands, and you take control of those islands, and then you produce barrels and money on those islands.
Can we just say part of it is a resource management game?
No, there's no resources to manage. It's
Oh, there is, because you need barrels and money to be
Yeah.
able to buy things and do things.
no. You need the barrels to buy things, and you need the treasure to score points. That's not resource management. It's sort of pick up and delivery.
I
in a
try
way.
and manage my barrels.
It's sort of pick up and delivery.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
You produce on the places on the islands. You go to the islands. You pick up the stuff and you bring it back, and you keep doing that until you got the most points. But not really, because it's not quite that simple.
No, I mean, you basically you have a little ship that's in dock or harbour to begin with.
Yeah.
And then you go out and explore the sea, and there's tiles and stuff, isn't there? And
Really big tiles.
really big tiles. And when you explore it, you flip it over. It might be an island.
Or it might just be empty space.
Might just be empty. But the empty
Space, sea.
sea.
It's the seas. Not in space.
Sea space.
Space pirates.
Yeah. And then but if it's empty sea, it might have little arrows and then say like a coin or something.
So they make nearby islands more lucrative.
Yeah, more lucrative and stuff. But like when you're European islands, then basically the tiles are related to different tiers. So like the first row is tier 1, then tier 2, then tier 3, and then.
And each tier has these different levels of cards that you can.
Yeah.
The cards. We need to talk about the cards. That's like the defining element of Dead Reckoning. We've completely washed over it entirely.
Yeah.
So it's not a deck building game. But it kind of
It's like a card building game.
They call it a card crafting system.
Yeah. It's so clever. Though.
John D. Clare has done it with other games like Mystic Vale.
Never played it.
No. But it's the same sort of thing. So you've got 12 cards in your deck, and you never have more and you never have less. You never get rid of any and you never add any.
But you just build cards up.
Yeah. So you've got if you've seen the unbox and you've already seen these, but they're like transparent card things, and you slide them into a sleeve between the identifying front and the leveling up back, and it upgrades them with new abilities and stuff. And they've got like 3 different levels where you can put layers, 3 different layers of different abilities that you can give them and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the defining feature of Dead Reckoning, and we've just taken us this long to mention it.
It is so clever though, because like all the cards are like see-through, and
yeah,
I absolutely love it. It's so clever.
Yeah, so there's 4 tiers of islands, and each one, even empty seas, they have a little space next to them for you to place the upgrade card, and then you spend barrels when you're in that space to pick up that card, and then at the end of your turn you slide that into one of the cards you've played to upgrade it for when you draw into it next time.
Yeah. So
it's like everything we love about deck building, but without the actual deck building.
Yeah. So it's like card crafting, which is really clever. Actually.
It's really clever.
I wish more games did it.
It's getting more common.
Yeah.
There was that Western game recently. I can't remember the name of it. It'll probably pop up. But that uses it apparently. There was like a sequel to Mystic Vale, I think. Was there? I don't know. I feel like I'm making stuff up
Mystic Whale.
Mystic Whale. Well, we have backed Mistwind, which is whales that fly around.
I like whales.
Yeah, that's a pick up and deliver game.
I love whales. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Well,
we're not talking about that though.
No, we don't talk about Kickstarter games here because I like filming them and I don't have anything to film because we don't have it yet.
We don't talk.
Anyway. Yeah. Just you casually going down a Disney route.
Yeah.
That'll get us copyright claimed, that will.
That's why I didn't finish it.
Probably won't actually. Would Disney bother with small fry like us?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they actually go around small craft fairs and actually...
Yeah, but it's not like we're going around saying, we are a Disney channel.
No.
Please subscribe to us for more Disney stuff. Especially
not looking like that. That was like a sultry...
I might have to censor this, mightn't I? All the mention of Disney.
Jiznip.
Anyway.
Hi.
Jiznip.
But yeah, no, definitely.
Giznep. Giznep's probably a bit closer.
Yeah. I did used to think that the Y was a P as a child.
I genuinely, even today, I just don't see a D in it at all.
I see the D, I just don't see the
I see
Y.
a D when I squint. I look really hard. But otherwise, it's always been Giznep. Or at best, Gizni.
Sorry, there was a joke in there somewhere that I can't
Yeah,
say.
no, we're not going in that joke. Come on, Dead Reckoning, come on. The joke doesn't exist in Dead Reckoning.
Dead Reckoning. I really enjoy playing Dead Reckoning, actually.
I would say I enjoy Dead Reckoning more with the sagas.
Yes. And what are the sagas?
Or the extensions.
Yeah,
They...
good to know. Anyway.
Oh man, I'm so scatterbrained. Everywhere we go, we're not even talking about games. This is why we didn't do a game at game night last night. Is because there was no way I was going to focus on anything.
Well, I'm talking about games in my head to myself. Yeah.
It's actually relevant though, because I was hoping to have played Dead Reckoning with the four of us by the time that we filmed this, but instead we decided to just chat.
Yeah, just chill. Because
It was game night without the game, and the game that I'm sorry.
No, go on. No,
That's fine.
Sorry.
No, if you.
I didn't mean to interrupt. Don't know. Because
The game that I was hoping to play last night, that I've been hoping to play for like 3 weeks, was Dead Reckoning, and it still didn't happen because we just chatted instead.
yeah, because sometimes, right? Sometimes you kind of like, with all the best will in the world, you want to play a certain game, you want to, whatever. But sometimes, life happens and everyone has their own lives, and it isn't like games, it's just the be all and end all and stuff. Cute angry people in the comments now saying it is my life.
Well, one of us is going through a bit of a hard time at the moment. Another one was on holiday, and then we were busy, and so it's just been crisscrossing. And it's a game that we know that they'd really like.
Yeah.
I don't want to teach it more than once.
But no, it's just the sagas add that's something extra, like different cards and stuff, and
It adds to exploration.
yeah.
When you discover something new, it's like you're actually discovering something new rather than just another card you can put in your deck.
Yeah, and it's like, and also some of the cards, sorry, going back to the cards, have their merchant ships, and you can choose to either buy
You
it
fight them, can't
or
you? Yeah.
fight them. I don't like fighting them. I don't know what you're talking
Every
about.
single time.
Yeah, I love fighting
How
them.
many times have you fought a merchant ship?
Almost every time.
Every time. How often have I fought a merchant ship?
Not nearly enough.
Maybe 3 times.
Okay,
Across multiple games.
I think when it comes to me, you should say how many times have you fought a merchant ship and not thought about how many cubes you're actually putting in the boat. The boat.
Oh yeah, the boat.
Yeah, he's reaching for the boat.
Oh, the boat. So you drop cubes in here, and they come out there onto like this sort of mat that's got all this all the symbology on it, and it's double layered as well, which is nice. And then you get the results of whatever cubes you got.
Yeah.
Wherever they landed, really. So it could be some treasure and barrels. It could be some damage. It could be an actual success, which is a bit weird. They differentiate between success and damage. So like, you can win and get all the damage and sink, or you could sink your opponent and still not win. I don't really know how that works, but it's cool anyway.
Yeah, and it has like
Do you remember that time that I took on a merchant ship, I think it was, or something like that?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I've got
7.
all of these cannons.
Yeah.
I get to put in so many cubes, and they get to put in nothing. Well, not nothing, but a really small amount. I'm guaranteed to win this. They got all the successes. I didn't get any successes
So he
at all.
didn't win.
And they got damage as well. They got successes and damage, and I only got loot.
Loot is good.
I got a lot of loot,
A lot of loot.
but I still sunk and lost it.
Which leads...
It's a swinging game. It's a really
Yeah.
swingy game, which, in light of my complaints of Eclipse last game chat, is a bit amusing. It's more of a casual, fun time with friends than like what I'm usually looking for. It's not nice when it swings that hard, but also it creates that tension and excitement. So
Yeah, which actually leads me to the point scoring. It is like side in the fact that you do have a track with various scoring things, and when you score it, you just basically put thingy on it.
Put a marker on it to say that
yeah.
you achieved it, yeah.
And when you've got 4 or 5?
Official rules is 4.
Official rules is 4, but we yeah.
We've sort of changed them because we didn't feel they were quite balanced for 2-player. Because there's one which is just like every time if you've explored a certain number of tiles, you get to put a marker on it. But in 2 players, the number of tiles doesn't change.
Yeah.
But in fact, you have to explore less of them than in higher play count games, and all it is just you just move on to them, and that's it. So it's like the first one we both achieve every single time without even thinking about it or breaking sweat. So we've sort of tweaked it a bit so that we have to get like an extra one of them, or we have to get 5 achievements instead of just 4.
Yeah. Yeah, just because we were just like house ruled it because it was just becoming a bit of a whitewash almost. So
I think if I have a complaint about Dead Reckoning though, it is the bosun.
yes,
So
that bloody guy.
So you got a shipboard which you store your barrels and treasure on. And,
you can only have a certain amount.
Yeah, and it's also got slots that you can upgrade to increase your capacity or the amount of cannons you've got on sails and stuff. But there is one card in your deck that does it. And it only does it once you've got it to level 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
But the ship upgrades are so insanely useful. It's like, why would you not upgrade that card?
Yeah, it's like always going to be the first one you upgrade.
Every single game, we have both leveled it up to level 4 almost immediately.
Yeah.
Every time. Because it's the highest scoring achievement. It's you also score points for every upgrade you have on your ship. And it gives you more capacity to hold more stuff. It gives you more sails so you can travel further and faster. And it gives you more cannons to fight things. Like, there is literally no downside to it other than the fact that it's on one card and you have to level that one card up.
Yeah.
But then it's not a downside because then it's just, that's the card I'm leveling up every time.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's a bit irksome. I wish there were other avenues you could take for that. Because it doesn't matter what strategy you do, the bosun is always key to every single one.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, it's just, and us having to house rule the
But yeah, that's only for 2-player.
yeah. But yeah. But no, I mean, it's fun.
It's a really good game.
Pirates is good. It's good. We really enjoy it. Yeah.
This one's my favourite game.
What is it, Sam?
Well, we know what it is.
Yeah, it's so good. It's fair paid.
Yeah, by Ivy Studio.
Yes, it is a social deduction game. Hidden movement.
Sort of. Yes, sort of.
I will get one of these.
No,
right
you're not.
one day.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'm not right though, am I?
I don't really know how to describe Veiled Fate.
It's
really.
good.
Hmm.
It is so good.
It is good.
It's a bit like when we. I wouldn't say it's like Shaman's because it isn't, but
It's not the same sort of vein.
that sort of vein about you don't know who anyone is and.
So basically, it's a round board, split into segments, and there are 9 what they call demis in the middle, who represent, and each one is like a demigod, which is why they call demis. And you get 2 actions on your turn where you just move one for an action. All the segments are connected to a central thing in the middle, which may or may not give you stuff when you go in, depending on a little city card.
Mm-hmm.
That goes along the track on the card, and it gives you either more cards or might be points or stuff. But yeah, you basically on your turn, all you do is you just move a demi of your choice. Any of them, you can move wherever you like, anywhere. You can move different ones. You can move the same one twice. It's nice.
But you have to kind of make it so that.
We'll get there. I'm getting there. Don't jump ahead. Slow your roll. I'm getting there. So, but you got these quests as well that you're trying to do, and each quest will have between 3 and 5 or 6 spaces. So you need 3 to 6 demis on it to complete it. Then some spaces might be very particular. You might have to do it in a particular order, or it might be that it only takes a particular type of demi, because there's like ox demis, jaguar demis, and owl demis. Or it might even need like a particular demi specifically, like it needs this specific demi. And once you place them on a quest, you got handed cards which are either feathers or scorpions, and you put them down to vote for which way you want the quest to go, because each quest is split in half. We got a scorpion side and a feather side, and once the quest is then completed, you flip over all the votes to see which side wins out, basically.
Yep.
The catch, I'll give this to you. The catch is
that you need to juggle it so that you are trying to score points for whichever colour you are.
Okay, not quite where I was going with that. You are one of those demis. Secretly. You are secretly one of those demis.
Maybe we should have led with that.
Yeah, that's the point. I was leading to that point. And you just went, oh yeah, well, you've got to get points for it. It's like, points for what though, Annie?
I do this every time. I gave
you the perfect setup. Anyway.
My brain works quicker than...
Now you can carry on.
So yeah, so you have a card which has a colour on it, and you are one of those demis, okay? Yes you are. Yeah. And then, so you need to kind of like judge it so that you are trying to get yourself the points without raising the alert of who you are, what colour you are.
Because anyone can move any colour.
Yeah.
If it becomes obvious who you are, other people are going to move your demi into a negative position and lose you points.
Let's put this out there, right? I'm not very good with bluffing. I struggle with, if I lie, I literally, my face says it all. So I struggle so much. But yet, I still have a good track record of winning.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not good, but it's alright.
I have a good track record of not winning.
But the thing is, though,
which actually is amusing, because it's like, I think I mentioned this with, was it Shamans? Was it Dune Imperium? For my favourite games, they're games that I am not good at.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a coincidence. I seem to enjoy the games more where it feels more like a challenge, and and Veiled Fate is really good at that.
Yeah.
Like I'm good at Veiled Fate, I think, but I have been beaten numerous times.
He likes the games where we are on a similar level, so it's like a challenge to like
Shh, cat.
That's our cat, if you can hear him. So yeah, so when we're on a similar level, because then it's not a whitewash, it's like, oh, anyone can win. Also, the if another colour wins who isn't one of the players and stuff,
Doesn't count.
It doesn't count. So it's whoever's the highest of your colour.
Yeah, so you can't all lose as a team. It doesn't work like that. There is going to be a winner.
Yeah. And if you're on the same point score, it's whoever's in the front of the points thing.
So like a special hierarchy to each point segment.
Yeah. The first player token's really pretty.
Mm-hmm. We got the metal upgrade for that as well.
Yes, and also...
We don't have the metal upgrade for the demis though, which I sort of regretted. We could have got them at Expo, but money was really tight for Expo as it was.
Yeah, so...
What else happened at Expo, Annie?
We met Austin from Ivy Games. I didn't get a photo though. He got a photo because he went the day before.
There it is. You can see it now.
I'm jealous. But no, he did give me a couple of like Mythic Mischief pins and stuff.
Yeah, we love them as a company. We've got all of their games. Mm-hmm. We've got their new one, Fractured Sky coming along, and we're eagerly anticipating Mythic Mischief Volume 2. Like, they're a games publisher that we really like. And it's also helpful that we like them as personalities as well.
Austin is like awesome. He's really nice in real life, but he sounds so different in real life than in the videos and
Yeah.
stuff. But no, he's such a nice guy. And he actually literally stopped and like spoke to us, and because you said to him the day before, "Oh, I'm bringing my wife tomorrow," didn't you, or something? So
Yeah, he's just he's a really easy guy to talk to and really cool. And yeah, Veiled Fate surprised me a couple of months ago when because every month I like to rank my games and see where they come in, because they change around and new games come in. I like to see where they end up. And it really surprised me a couple of months ago where Veiled Fate ended up in #1 spot. Like, I've always been fairly adamant that, oh yeah, Root's my favourite game. Oath is my favourite game. I love these games. Then Veiled Fate was like, and I was like, the Veiled Fate was now my favourite game, and it was there it's been there consistently for the last couple of months.
Yeah. It's so good. It is so good.
It's just really good, and it was it's really good because it plays really well across all player counts. We've played it at 2, we've played it at 3, we've played it at 4. We haven't quite played the higher player counts where you've got like teams, but that sounds really interesting as well.
I would love to do that.
Because you're on teams, but you don't know who your teammates are.
Yeah, sounds fun.
Is that the case where you're both the same demi? I think.
Yeah, I think it might be. Yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to do that. That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Is there anything you don't like about Veiled Fate?
The bluffing aspect. I find it can be really hard to juggle.
I think that's a you problem more than the game problem.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But no, I think it's just hard to kind of like micromanage, kind of like when you're moving someone to try and not give it away as to who you are, because you still want the points. You still want to kind of move yourself, but then you kind of don't. You also kind of want to move other people but you don't know who anyone else is. So you might be helping them. Oh yeah. We forgot to mention something. The cards, the feathers, and the scorpions.
Yeah, I mentioned those.
Oh.
I mentioned how you use them to vote with and stuff. Got a hand of cards which are either feathers or scorpions. Yeah,
Cool.
going back to rewinding a little bit. Case in point, I was the teal one, and I decided because I feel like it's a good idea that you pick another colour or two to bluff with.
Yeah.
And one of the colours I picked was black, so I started bluffing with black, and it turned out that someone else around the table was actually black, and I've been giving them points this entire time.
It was
And
so
they
much
won.
fun. It was so
And
good.
they won, so
It was awesome.
I think that's what my favourite thing about Veiled Fate is.
Yeah.
You might have your suspicions, but you don't really know who anyone is until the game ends and everyone flips their cards over and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe you were that guy, or I knew you were them. And it's always an exciting end. I've never had an unsatisfying end to Veiled Fate.
I tell you what though, my favourite colour is purple, and the amount of times I actually...
You're purple every time.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And he's the one who dishes out the things. I think he does it on purpose. His favourite colour is teal as well.
I don't do it on purpose.
I know.
Otherwise it'd be teal every time.
Yeah.
But then that would kind of defeat the point, wouldn't it? Because we'd be like, well, he's teal, isn't he?
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, it's so good. You should so check it out.
There's a nice little note in the rulebook about, saying if people manage to suss out who you are, don't panic. You can still draw it back.
Yeah.
Because you can just bluff in a different direction instead. Because there's enough rounds that people will constantly be changing their opinion.
Yeah.
Which is nice. It's actually, I really like it, evidently.
It is so good. We don't play it enough, to be
No, we
honest.
don't. It's a very quick game as well.
Yeah.
Maybe about an hour or so. Even with loads of us.
Yeah.
We're gonna actually wrap this up now, and not go on for several minutes.
Like and subscribe, please.
You just done it again. I can't believe it.
If every time you don't like and subscribe, a lemming dies.
Lemmings just throw themselves off cliffs regardless of whether you like or subscribe.
Okay.
So don't. It doesn't really matter whether you do that or not.
If you don't,
Just no, stop it. We don't need to beg.
I'm joking.
If they like what they like, they'll like it and subscribe to it. If they don't, then they won't. And that's totally cool either way. I'm not. It's fine.
If you like us,
However, I would say, if you have any opinions on Ark Nova or Dead Reckoning or Veiled Fate, I'd love to hear them.
Yeah.
We got a lot of comments on the last video.
We did.
And I loved it. I loved
Yeah.
interacting with people and talking. I think most of the comments were about Voidfall because it's
New and Pandangle.
because it's new and fandangled and it hasn't even hit America yet. So
Poor
people are
Americans.
excited and they want to know more about it. And I understand that. I know that this video is probably not going to get as many, but if you have any opinions on any of these games, I'd love to talk about them more. I mean, that's why we do this series, is because we just like talking about games. So,
It's like talking.
about games.
Talking.
So if you comment, if you comment,
Cement.
if you would like to cement about some games, I'd love to hear them, because especially Veiled Fate. If there's any Veiled Fate fans out there,
Yeah.
please let yourselves be known, because I feel like I'm the only one on the internet championing it.
Me too. I'm on the internet championing it.
It's my favourite game though.
It's so good. It's not my favourite game, but I love it.
So thanks for coming.
Thank you. As
Um,
always.
It was a very scatterbrained episode.
We're both so tired and we've got a cat meowing at
We're
us.
tired, we're hot, we're distracted, but we do love to talk about games, so we've talked about games a bit, and I hope you enjoyed talking with us, watching us talk about games with each other, because you're not actually here.
Hope you enjoyed our wackiness, because that's not stopping anytime soon.
Serious people, subscribe and fix that.